What's happening, Bulls? We'll do a little bit of a Sunday update, catch up, share some ideas, some thoughts, and go through the markets together, the crypto markets. We'll just catch up, bit of a free throw, no edits, just hanging out, talking. I'll try not to do too much sniffing because my nose is buggered and that's getting surgery end of year. So firstly, we could just talk about, let's have a look at the chat. With our Telegram chat, we'll just see what's been going on. I posted this thing yesterday. URPD, Bitcoin Entity Adjusted. So that's just accounting for entities. But URPD, it stands for UTXO Realized Price Distribution. UTXO is basically a transaction output ID. So when Bitcoin goes in, and then when Bitcoin goes out, that chunk of Bitcoin that leaves the wallet, UTXO. And what this shows, to skip all the bullshit, what this shows is where, at what price mainly has most Bitcoin switched hands, traded hands. So that's pretty important to notice because as you can see, 16.5K, that was the bottom. 26.8, can't remember off the top of the dome, but I bet if we go back and have a look, 26.8 was probably one of those bottoms. Let's have a little look at the famous range chart that we've been consistently posting for a long time, but as you can see, it's been very, very accurate. So what was it, 26.8? So 26.8 was just this area here where you can see there's a lot of sideways consolidation, and there would have been a lot of Bitcoin switching hands going to buyers that expected price to go higher. So the first large one, the record, so got so many things open at the moment. Where was it? It was the Telegram. The record, the highest amount this year, is it? Oh no, just ever. Is this ever? I think this is ever. The highest amount of Bitcoin that switched hands ever was 16.5K, and that was the bottom. 16.5K right here. So, and then the second most amount was this area here, which is also this area here. So, and then which was also this area here. So it's a popular area for people to panic sell or, get rid of the Bitcoin that they plan to hang on to for a long time. Idiots. So now we're looking at the rest of the chat. I actually just whipped open the computer now, so haven't seen, but always quality coming in from Paulie and Steezy. What else we do? Just this, like Coinbase. Institutional trade, share of institutional trade volume on Coinbase, retail institutions. So I don't know why the title says institutional trade volume, because it sounds like it's just talking about the institutions, but yet on the chart there is retail as well. And you can see that went from 60% institutional. Obviously they're going to be doing a lot more volume and a lot more size. But the fact that the retail went from 40% to 14%, like that's massive, and it just happened over time. It's happened over time, but really I'm feeling it now because the institutions are in. And that is a nice segue to the next part. If we flick over to Twitter, we can see what is trending in, before it was, they're hashtag Bitcoin 2, and then before it was like hashtag 100x or something, ARB, Dogecoin. Like, I don't think this is just specifically targeted to me either. Like, I don't watch the AFL. I'm not into Nathan Cleary or his chin. So I don't know why it's talking that to me. It must, like, I'm assuming this Dogecoin and ARB and BTC2 comes up for everybody that has a Twitter account. So, crypto's just taking over again, as it does slowly. Power to the people. But what I wanted to do is just type in, our old friend Larry Fink. So I said this earlier in the week, and I've said it a few times, but this guy, if there's any dude that just like runs the world, probably, like, it would be Larry Fink plus, the Soroses and the Rothschilds and all those ones. But if there's one hiding in plain sight, like managing, I think, is it $10 trillion? Like, do you know what sort of influence you can have on the direction of the world with $10 trillion? Like, and like I've said before, also, like, I know for a fact that everybody in finance waits to read Larry Fink's newsletter of what his thoughts are, where he's allocating funds and stuff. I don't know if we can. Oh, I probably can't. See, I'm having so much trouble with this microphone and this camera lately. It's been one of the reasons why it's been slowing me down on these video updates. But basically, anyway, hold on. See if you can hear this. Sorry for wasting your time here.
In general, and I can talk about what we have done.
Hopefully that's not too bad. Around the back, we'll just do it together because it's fucking interesting. And just before we start, I'm just going to say, in my opinion, there's some form of consciousness and probably subconsciousness that plays in the part of having removing guilt from your own brain, letting everybody know what you're going to do, so you can say, so when you look back at it, you won't be like, oh, it's not like I didn't tell anybody. Like, this guy's just in plain sight, just letting everybody know subtly that they're going big. Wall Street's going big on crypto, big on Bitcoin. Bitcoin will, as you can see Michael said there, transcend every international currency due to broad-based worldwide demand. He's letting everybody know without making too big of a deal. So in the future, you can't be like, oh, BlackRock moves in on Bitcoin. Like, people won't be able to say anything. Like, he said it. This is the second time that he's been on the TV now, CNBC and finance, saying this is what he's doing. He's like, I'll let you know. This is the sort of like removing the weight.
I can't talk about Bitcoin because we have a filing with the SEC, so I'm prohibited. I can talk about crypto in general, and I can talk about what we have done. We believe we have a responsibility to democratize investing, and we've done a great job. And the role of ETFs in the world is transforming investing, and I think we're only at the beginning of that. I mean, we believe the fixed income market is going to become multiple $1 trillion in ETFs. Equities will continue. More and more of the market will be delivered through an ETF platform. If you think about what was done 20 years ago now with the advent of a gold ETF, that really democratized gold investing. It brought down the cost of...
Just while he's still talking, do you see how he's choking up almost? He's using political speak where he's running around the bush. He's saying a bunch of different things to get to the one point. He's just said at the start he can't talk about Bitcoin specifically because they've got a filing with the SEC. He is beating around the bush to tell everybody, and he's being careful when he says it, that we're going big on crypto, but I don't want to excite too many people and I don't want to say it too clearly. But I have said it. That's exactly what's going on.
For gold, I mean, the cost of transacting physical gold is absurd. And now with crypto, the idea of democratizing that role, the cost right now to transact, it's quite expensive. We're talking points, not decimal points. And so that's a big point. Two, over the last 5 years, more and more global investors are asking us about the role of crypto. And as I said, I do believe a lot of crypto is an international asset. It has a differentiating value versus other asset classes, but more importantly, because it's so international, it's going to transcend any one currency and currency valuation. If you just look at the value of our dollar and how it's
like, what? What did you just say, Mr. $10 trillion? Did you just say it's going to transcend every other currency? Like, if anybody, like, you know, how everybody's sort of just sitting around like arguing whether Bitcoin's going to be the one world currency, and then Mr. $10 trillion just like slips it out towards the end of his jargon that most people stopped understanding at the 1 minute 30 mark.
It's going to transcend any one currency and currency valuation. If you just look at the value of our dollar and how it depreciated the last 2 months and how much it appreciated over the last 5 years, I mean, an international crypto product can really transcend that. And that's why we believe there's great opportunities, and that's why we're seeing more and more interest. And that interest is broad-based worldwide.
He makes money from the demand of customers, let me know what you reckon about that if you watch this. But I'm all about a diversified portfolio. I'm all about money in gold, silver, precious metals, stocks, dividend payers, real estate, you name it, uncorrelated assets, emerging markets, other countries, ETFs, all that sort of stuff. But it's hard not to just go all in on crypto when you hear that shit. Tell me it's not. Anyways, we'll get out of that, and we'll wrap it up a little bit with just a bit of charting. Same old, end of range. Look. On what I've been doing a lot, all right, so I get in on these altcoin. I won't say all of them because sometimes I don't have the capital ready or the right timing when I reproduce these trade setups. But I get in a lot of these altcoins, especially the ones when the trader that's posting them is on the top of the leaderboard or in the top 2-3. That's why I make the leaderboard, just to let everybody know. But you can't have winners if you can't have people on top of the leaderboard if you don't have people on the bottom of the leaderboard. So I still got to post the other ones, and you never know. People have bad streaks, could start the leaderboard. They have bad streaks, and then they work their way to the top. I think that happened to the Money Hunter or Mr. Crypto recently. Mr. Krypton. Anyway, what I'm getting at is my passion, probably the last 6 months, definitely is trading Bitcoin with leverage on low time frames. Keeps me busy. And look at this shit. I've been posting this orange box, short, long, short, long, the tops and the bottoms, long, short, long, profit, sell, buy, sell, buy. This is what I keep saying about the ranges is if I say it's going down here to the bottom of the range, I'm right. If I say it's going to make it to the top of the range, I'm right. If I say it's going to go to the bottom of the range, I'm right. If I say it's going to make it to the top of the range, I'm right. If I say it's going to make it to the bottom range, I'm right. If I say it's going to make it to the top of the range, I'm right. If I say it's going to make it to the bottom of the range, I'm right. I've just been right 8 times or something. And then I say, let me say it, I'll do it now. I'll say it's going to go back to the top of the range. Boom, goes down. I'm wrong. I've just been right 8 times. And I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong once. And then we can zoom out and see that in a larger scale of this. And everybody makes all these predictions, it's just human nature. This is it's either going to go up or it's going to go down. But at the same time, let's remember that ranges just continue until they don't. And that's why I've had this end of range here for this whole time, basically, that this range has been up. This is 1, 2, 3 months now, or nearly 4. I've just started working in. I think I put the end of range in halfway through or something, just because I realized people might want that sort of clarity because it was just a knot and the liquidity zone. Just put end of range there, let you know. And it's not there yet. So until the range is over, then I'm just going to expect it to continue. But like I said, there's some serious buyers. It's been here for 3 weeks or something. There's some serious buyers at 30K. People, as you see, a lot of people don't want to change hands. This is the final boss of the range or even this run. Once we left, if you're on the screen shares back in the day, I'm just it's almost once this started happening, I was just it's making it 30K at least. That is easy. That is easy. A couple of big DCAs, boom, boom, boom. But then after 30K, this is when we start. We've got to wait and see what happens to this mega range. mega range. So I'm still bullish. Like, how could you not be bullish? We just looked at that Larry Fink shit, but we just gotta wait and see what happens. You can trade it, and then look, altcoins are still pumping. There's a lot of money to still be made in this market. That's undeniable. And just like in closing, just like with say for example, sometimes fair bit to take in on these daily updates and stuff like that. Even the chat, there's a lot to take in. But just remember, like, you got to be able to hold like two opposing opinions at once. You got to be able to sort of sift through, like, these are complex issues, but you can just take the information in and then understand that at the end of the day, you just take the easy answer, like create a thesis for yourself, take in the information, sort of get used to the terminology and stuff. It's complex matters. This is like trading where you can make infinite money. So obviously it's going to be like infinitely complex, but at the same time, you can just simplify it. And that's why sometimes we just put in here, like, I'm bullish till I'm not. Like, and they just start putting stuff down. Can't find an example, but like sometimes I put that in, you know what I mean? Just like, we're bullish. And the bull score is just the bull score is just like the easiest way. Look, 9 on the bull score, very healthy market. We can stop there if you want. You can stop, okay, cool. Or you can, like, understand where the brain is, and then finish another simple, also US dollar free falling, bullish for crypto. Like, let's have a little look at it. Under 100. Look at that, boom. That's the free fall that we were talking about. Ultra bullish. Usually that leads to, so this will lead, this will free fall. It's broken this fucking huge range. That's in price discovery now to the downside. And usually that leads Bitcoin. I've noticed that happens first. This happens first, then Bitcoin pumps. So you might see that range break sooner than thinking. I hope this has been fun for you if you've hung around. I'll definitely do more of these. I just got to keep watching the audio mix. I got to get a new camera and microphone. Which one first? Might get one of those arm microphones that everyone's got, moving around and shit. But yeah, just, so much to do. Always so much to do in the middle of constantly trading, recording results, posting, like all that sort of stuff. Like you can see here, these are all the trades and all that sort of shit that we've got. Closed, active, like keep track of everything. This is all how we create the leaderboard. Like that takes time, setting alerts for all the altcoins, all that sort of shit. Like busy boy, but yeah, obviously got to trade to survive, make money, all that sort of stuff as well. So busy, but yeah, enjoying it, loving it. Crypto's happening. Never left. It never left. So I'll talk to you soon, and yeah, let's get it. This next bull run is going to be the one, I think, the big one. So maybe even the biggest. There's maybe the grand finale. So we'll be there for it. And I'll see you there. See you at the top.